And I cannot stress this enough. Women, you have absolutely nothing to benefit from recording a sex tape with a man. Of all the stupid things you can do in the world, all of them. Because if you check the streets, especially the Twitter streets, there's never been a woman who exposes a man. Ask yourself a question, or why is it that it's always men who expose women, who always leak the sex tapes? Because you benefit absolutely nothing from taking a sex tape with a man. I wish women could learn. Like, why does a normal human being who loves you so much wants a record of having sexual intercourse with you for the what? Because there are only two ways out of this. It's either you own up or you disappear into thin air. And when you disappear into thin air, that's exactly what this guy wanted, for you to disappear into thin air. And when you own up, people are going to laugh at you, people are going to mock you and this and that, but they're going to get over it. How many people have been trending on Twitter for sex tapes? You can really just stand your ground and say, I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's going to play God in your life unless you allow that person to play God in your life. Welcome to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremini, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me. Guys, when I saw these pictures trending on Twitter with the hashtag Gcinile, I knew it was bad. I didn't know how bad it was until somebody actually sent me these things on WhatsApp. For those who don't know, Gcinile and Grootman is this one couple, Bonnie and Clyde type of vibes, who's been trending for a couple of times, you know, on Twitter and all other platforms for scamming people, especially the guy. And this woman has been defending this man and obviously benefiting from all the scams that have been happening. People from time to time would always come forward exposing this guy that he scammed them so much money, and obviously they've been living a luxurious lifestyle as a couple, and the relationship apparently has been a very toxic one, to a point where the relationship had to come to an end. The relationship coming to an end was not a problem. The problem was when this woman now moved out of the country and moved on with her life and found a new man. That's where this guy Grootman was like, no ways, not on my watch. You are not going to be living a luxurious lifestyle as if I never existed when we have a daughter together. And one thing that for me is like mad, crazy, is when this guy says, how do you move on when our daughter is barely 2 years old? You are a bitch. I'm like, so now you think as a baby daddy, you have the right to tell me when I must move on. I must come and ask you for permission when I must move on after our relationship didn't work out. Whereas if we were together 6 weeks after the baby has been born, it's actually good enough for us to actually go back and do the deed. Like, this sense of ownership of our bodies will never cease to amaze me, you know. And now when the relationship came to an end, a couple of weeks ago, actually, I saw some screenshots, a whole lot of them. And obviously the couple has been trending, where this guy has been threatening to post nudes and sex tapes with this woman just to expose her, to show the world that she is a whore. When the screenshots landed in my WhatsApp, I did say that, you know, my input or my advice to her, I wish you could do this, but obviously it's already too late now, would be that she must own up, you know, come forward and share her story, so that by the time these things land, because clearly this guy is not going to stop at anything. Because if he says that, bring back all my things that I bought for you, if you don't bring them back, I will be leaking all these pictures and all these videos that we took together. And obviously, when somebody has that information, even if you bring back every single thing that he brought for you, the fact that he still has this information and he still has these things in his iCloud, he's clearly going to retrieve them and post them whenever, because he feels like he is your God. And I cannot stress this enough. Women, you have absolutely nothing to benefit from recording a sex tape with a man. Of all the stupid things you can do in the world, all of them, mention them. You can recover from all of them. But a sex tape? Like, what type of mad are you to a point where you agree to take? Like, guys, I don't know who's advising you. Because if you check the streets, especially the Twitter streets, there's never been a woman who exposes a man by showing their sex tape. Ask yourself a question, or why is it that it's always men who expose women, who always leak the sex tapes? Because you benefit absolutely nothing from taking a sex tape with a man. I wish women could learn. I wish you could learn as a woman that you don't have to please a man to such an extent where you take a sex tape, you record a sex tape. You have absolutely nothing to benefit from recording a sex tape with a man. And I know that sometimes you do these things because you are trying to prove to this man that you love them. Hey, what. I'm telling you, in the long run, it's never yielding good results. And it definitely, you have absolutely nothing to benefit from a sex tape of you being leaked on the internet. So refrain from such. If you have not started, if you're actually thinking about it, if you're mad in love with a man to a point where he wants a sex tape from you, ask yourself, why do you want a sex tape? Like, why does a normal human being who loves you so much wants a record of having sexual intercourse with you for the what? You have absolutely nothing to benefit from a sex tape. I wish women could learn. Now, when I saw these videos and like I said, when I saw these images, I was like, okay, it must be really, really bad. And obviously in her defense, I could say that, guys, come on. A vagina stretches out to a point where a baby must come out, 10 centimeter wide dilated. And clearly you can see from that video that the penis has just come out now. And then where now? You think it's a sight worth you allowing somebody to take a video like immediately after her penis comes out? Obviously it's gonna look like that. And I'm not just saying this defending her to say no, this is what. And also one thing that is disgusting and it's really disappointing for me, it's women, people who are mothers, people who know how wide a vagina can actually dilate, judging her, saying you. I was so disappointed. Look at this. You see this? This was posted by a woman who has had children and understands very well that a vagina can actually stretch. Because if this video was taken before the penis entered there, it was not going to look like that. Let's be honest with one another, guys. But besides that, the point here is that I wish she could find a podcast, maybe the Safe Space Chats podcast, where she can sit down and just share her story. Because the main aim for this guy to share these things is to disgrace her and to make sure that she disappears. And you must never ever give him that right. The fact that you decided to leave this relationship, you knew that the relationship is not good for you. So there's no going back into the relationship. And as much as there's no going back into the relationship, you can't allow this to destroy you. Yes, you must take accountability that you made the biggest mistake of your life recording this with this guy and all the other things that is still going to leak in the future. But I wish you could really just own up to it. Sit down and share your story. Because there are so many people who have had their videos being leaked in the past and they own up. Because there are only two ways out of this. It's either you own up or you disappear into thin air. And when you disappear into thin air, that's exactly what this guy wanted, for you to disappear into thin air. And when you own up, people are going to laugh at you, people are going to mock you and this and that, but they're going to get over it. How many people have been trending on Twitter for sex tapes? And they got over it. And if you can share your story, you can really just stand your ground and say, I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's going to play God in your life unless you allow that person to play God in your life. So that's all that I have to say. Just own up and recover. You know, I wish you a whole lot of healing. If you can sit down with somebody where you can just share your story, do that. And don't allow this guy to win. You cannot allow this guy to win. You cannot. You should never ever allow this guy to win. I know that he thinks he has won because he has humiliated you. You know, such a sick man. Yo, guys, I hope you are learning from this and you'll never ever take sex tapes with anyone in your life. If you're gonna send somebody nudes, make sure your face is not showing. Just be very careful. Be extra careful. Because listen, women do stupid things to please men. And we have nothing to benefit and nothing to show for it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next upload. God bless you.